You know, I don't usually call people out, but this one right here, this is straight to Chris Farley. This is exactly why you can't keep technicians in your dealership. This conglomeration of construction right here is why people don't want to work on Ford vehicles. So we got a claim with the insurance company on this 21 Ford Explorer. It's all-wheel drive. I think it's powered by a 3.7. Anthony, is this a 3.7?
Probably a 3.3.
Three something. It's got a Ford motor in it. Customer states it's got some oil leaks, and we put this through to aftermarket warranty, sent them pictures, and they came back and said that the pictures that we sent were not clear and they need to see more pictures of the oil leaks. So we got to pull these panels down and retake some photos. This is insurance company tactic. They like to stall, and they like to make it unclear and difficult to process the claim. So we're gonna give them irrefutable evidence here. So one of the concerns on this was this bushing right here tears, and there is in fact a tear. See that right there? What happens is when this differential torques up under load, this bolt, which is attached to this case, is going to torque downwards, and it pulls away at that bushing, right? And it's starting to rip that bushing apart. Now, we took a look trying to find this bushing, and this bushing is not replaceable. This bushing requires replacement of the subframe assembly, according to the diagram, which is this whole bit of structure all the way down here that everything is attached to. Can't replace the bushing, gotta replace the subframe. That should be interesting. Now, I see witness marks on these fasteners here, see that? That means somebody has already attempted to come in here and figure out what they can do about this bushing, and then they figured out very quickly that it does not come out of there. There's a metal surround here around that rubber, and that's an interference fit surround with the bore hole here in this differential. So realistically, we probably would have to press that bushing in and out with a hydraulic press like that unit over there, but there's no way we're gonna fit an entire subframe into a hydraulic press. Like, this whole thing's not going in there. So I'm gonna have to get creative with how we're gonna do a repair on that. There are products that exist on the internet. It's like an insert. Basically, it's a metal flange with some fingers on it, and you drive that insert into these voids right here, and it's supposed to stiffen this joint up and prevent it from flexing to a point where it tears. Oddly enough, I've also found out through my researches that some of these exploders had dual bushings in the rear, and some of them had a single. I don't know what Ford's reasoning was for that, but this particular model only has the single bushing. It appears to have the provision for a second bushing, because there's the bung for the bolt hole right there, but it's just not present on this vehicle. Don't know why, considering this is like is this an RS, bro? An RS? Or ST?
It's an ST.
ST. That's the super something version. I don't know. What's ST stand for?
Superior turd.
Superior. It's a superior turd Ford. There you go.
No,
Superior.
I don't know what ST stands for. I never really looked into it.
Well,
I'm gonna move though.
Let me grab an Ocho and pull this cover down. I'll take a look at those leaks for the insurance people. All right, Ocho. How about a 7? Redo. There we go. Oil leaks. Let me see that illuminator you got there, sir. Ooh, Olight. Okay, there's some oil right here. It's not a differential. They call that an axle shaft carrier assembly, I think, which is basically just a bearing housing. But we have differential oil leaking out of the gasket / O-ring set where, back up, where this carrier bolts to the engine oil pan. So over here, we have the front differential, which also bolts to the engine oil pan. There's the plastic lower pan, and then there is the metal block skirt at the top, also known as the upper oil pan. So the intermediate shaft from this front differential runs through the engine over here so it can run to the next CV axle shaft going to the actual wheel. So we've got a CV shaft on that side, and there is a leak. Where's that other leak at? Not this side. Yeah, it appears to just be this side. However, we've got to pull this differential out in order to remove the intermediate shaft through the oil pan in order to remove and drive that seal. So both of those guys have to go away. So I've got this written up for both O-ring seals on this side and both O-ring seals on this side. Now, this differential connects via this drive shaft all the way back from the back of the transmission to the actual transfer case here. So this is quite a conglomeration of drive systems. What's getting me the most is that we actually run an axle through the engine, through the oil pan. So this one, like I said, it's written up for a plastic oil pan because we've got an engine oil leak right here. You see that right there? That's oil pan leak. And then that one, that is differential oil leak coming from the O-ring seals running through the engine block.
And those are one-time use oil pans.
So we can't reuse it. We got to replace it.
You gotta replace it.
Yep. One-time use Plastec oil pans.
Fun stuff.
Welcome to the future.